Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 22nd to the 29th. This is for Gemini and Gemini rising, and we're just going to get right to it because this is a loaded week. This is one of the most important weeks, if not of the month of the season. This is a huge week, okay? And so if you had already felt like winds of change, you are definitely going to feel currents of change now. This is truly a big week, especially for you, Gemini. This week, by the way, we're actually already kicking it off with the Sun and Pluto moving into Aquarius over the weekend. Really big deal for you, all right? Your BFF there, fellow air sign, all right? So what's happening for you this week? There's going to be a lot going on up here, a lot of unleashing things, and I'm going to explain why in a second. But Pluto and the Sun moving into Aquarius is powerful. This is, remember, Pluto, all about empowerment, all about transformation. This is really, really, really big. And it's definitely going to hit you on this spiritual level. That's really nice because it rules your ninth house. All right. All this Aquarius energy, your ninth house is spirituality, your higher mind, your philosophies, even, the way that you see things. Education could be a big factor right now, learning new things, as well as long distance travel, broadcasting, publishing. Those all fall within the ninth house. You may see a lot of activity around that, especially the next 4 weeks, all right, in Aquarius season. Now, Aquarius is just very forward thinking. It's a very mental sign like yours, right? It's very just creative as well. Aquarius is really, the innovator, okay? The sometimes people say the genius is for Aquarius. Very independent. Aquarius is very independent. They march to their own drum beat. It really is, I always think of that Robin song, Dancing on My Own. There's a lot of again, forward momentum up here, all right, up here. And for you particularly, and I'm going to explain why, this is just going to be a week where there may be a lot going on in your head, but remember that Aquarius is also has that rebellious energy, so there could be a little bit of that too. Now, this week, what I really love is that the moon will be in Cancer the first half of the week, okay? So the moon actually rules Cancer. This is really nice. This is like heightened emotions, heightened intuition as well. This is all falling in your second house, which is all about self-worth. It's all about self-value. There could be some emotional moments regarding feeling a lot more confident moving forward. Now, the other thing that is happening is that the second house does rule salary and finances and income. So there could be a lot of activity around there. All right. So you may be having money on your mind this week. Now, the reason why I say that is because Tuesday, Venus moves into Capricorn, which happens to be your eighth house. Two things here, three big things here. First big thing, Mercury is already in Capricorn. Your ruling planet's already in Capricorn. Okay, Mercury. Mars is already in Capricorn. So now you see we have a stellium in Capricorn with all the inner planets. You will see and feel a lot of progress, a lot of transformation that is in your eighth house. Remember, Capricorn is your eighth house of transformation, of death and rebirth, of life cycles. This is huge for you. Huge for you, Gemini. Really big. The other thing, the eighth house rules other people's money, shared resources, bonuses, commissions, investments, inheritance, your partner's income, your joint bank accounts. You see what's happening here, even debts, paying off debts. So you see that this is happening during the moon in Capricorn in the beginning of the week, which is in your second house of money. So really, there could be a lot of money matters on your mind, okay? If that might be a big thing for you. But again, a lot of family energy, a lot of just you feeling confident moving forward. Now, this all leads up to, by the way, Venus in Capricorn is really just practical. It's pragmatic. It's a lot of commitment energy, thinking about commitments, but the theme really is long-term, okay? Think long-term, especially with this stellium in Capricorn. This is what you're shooting for now. This is what you may be thinking about. I'm in it for the long term, but possibly with a new system in place, a new system that I'm incorporating into my life, especially because now we come to the full moon in Leo, which is happening on the 25th. So you see, we have major major aspect after major aspect after major aspect. So we haven't even gotten to the weekend. But let me tell you about this full moon in Leo. So just to remind you, all this activity in Capricorn. So you're going to feel this big transformation. All right. You're going to feel this big transformation. And again, a lot could be about money matters as well. Venus also rules money too. I want you to know Venus isn't just love. All right. So it's money as well. It's beauty as well. It's sex as well. But it's almost like just being a lot more, having a more pragmatic approach, okay, to the commitments that you want to make. Now, when we get to the full moon in Leo, now this is Thursday, full moon in Leo. I love it. I love this full moon in Leo, and it's really nice. It's very playful. You know, I love moon in Leo. Very playful, very fun. Okay, this is a lot of family energy as well, especially for you, because this full moon in Leo is in your third house. Okay, this can really hit home for you. Third house rules like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, even neighbors. Neighbors may be a big thing for you, but there is this sense of a lot of emotional activity around this time, but remember that good energy around it. Now, it's also communication. You, Gemini, you rule the third house. So this is happening in your third house that rules communication as well, and short distance travel. So you see the overlapping thing in the travel that's happening for y'all. All right. So some of y'all may be thinking about travel, maybe even thinking about working in travel or something travel related happening, even short distance, and it can be long distance. But the thing about this full moon in Leo, even though it's great, a lot of family energy, a lot of pleasure, a lot of children energy as well. This full moon in Leo is opposite the sun in Aquarius, squaring Jupiter. So without going too much into this full moon in Leo, you know how full moons can be a little bit draining, a little bit exhausting. It's almost like there's a lot of conversations that you're a part of, and it's like at some point you just have to turn off, okay? But this can be a little exhausting for you. It can be a little draining for you. Full moon, spring culmination. There is a moment during this full moon or around this full moon where you're going to have to learn and actually move forward with something that you've just got to let go, okay? You've got to let go. You have to spend some time recognizing the things, asking yourself, am I exerting a lot of energy into something that I don't even want? Is this even bringing me pleasure? Is this something that, I have to hit the road, Jack, right? Let it go. Because it could open up a lot more room for big things happen in your life. And there is going to be a lot of change happening because now we've come to the weekend. And now you may be having really big breakthroughs. The reason I say that is because on the 26th on Friday, Uranus goes direct. Okay. Uranus goes direct. Now, we have no planets retrograde. And so when I say you're going to feel currents of change, I mean, we're talking like high voltage, like boom, 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 boom. We're going. The other thing is Uranus is all about breakthroughs. It's all about innovation. And this is a really strong direct motion. Okay. Uranus is going to be very active this weekend. And I'm going to get to that in a second. Uranus is all about like surprises, unexpected shifts that are happening in your life. Okay. So pay attention to that. Uranus going direct, really big deal. Uranus being in Taurus in your 12th house. So remember, Jupiter's in your 12th house too. Jupiter went direct end of December, and now they're moving forward. So 12th house, what is that? The subconscious, okay? What is the subconscious? It's where we store our memories. It's a lot of just, even low energy frequencies like, stress and anxiety and fear, but it's also facing your fears. Identifying like maybe even hidden enemies is part of the 12th house. Self-sabotage is part of the 12th house. This is you having those breakthroughs now, okay? Having those breakthroughs because we have this insanely amazing weekend in store. Now, on Saturday, this is when, and I hope you're taking notes, there's a lot happening this week. On Saturday, Mercury will conjunct Mars and Venus will sextile Saturn. This is a really great day. We're thinking long term. Remember that in terms of what does your heart desire? What are the ideas that I'm putting into action now? this is the time. This is stability is what it is. I want you to think stability around this time. Remember, Mars has been sextiling Saturn as well. So, I mean, they're both in Capricorn in your 8th house of transformation. So just keep that in mind because there may be some new changes that you're adapting to now. Okay, now we get to the 28th, the best day of the month. The best day of the month when Venus trines Jupiter. This is really big. All right. This is absolutely big. This is all about love. This is all about money. All right. Venus, like I said, is all about, money as well. Jupiter is expansion. It's profit. There's a lot happening here, but it could be up here. A lot of you having these breakthroughs around this time, even like, remember how I said like self-sabotage energy? This could also be a time where you decide where you felt like maybe you weren't good enough to go on dates. Now you're just having all that confidence and you could go on a first date now and meet your soulmate. This is a weekend where so many possibilities abound for you. Okay. Do you like that? Abound. The Venus trine Jupiter. I really love this because remember, Venus is in Capricorn, Jupiter is in Taurus, and actually the moon is in Virgo at this point. So you see all this earth sign activity. So very earthy, very grounding, but again, really love this energy. There is a sense of like a lot of family stuff too this week. Just keep that in mind, okay? Because on the 29th, another big thing that's happening is Mercury will trine Uranus. Now, remember I said Uranus is going to be a big player this weekend, big factor this weekend. Well, there you go. Mercury, your ruling planet, the planet of communication, the planet of logic, having this wonderful, auspicious aspect with Uranus. So, breakthrough. A lot of mental breakthrough here. A lot of mental breakthrough in terms of breaking free from any shackles. Now, the reason why this is big, the day after, on the 29th, this is when Mars trines Uranus. So you see the overlap of these 2 days, how powerful they are. Mercury and Mars trining Uranus, the planet of breakthrough and surprises. And so, remember, this is the unexpected, but in your favor. Okay. It could even be like you could be surprised with some of the actions you take. This is just, expect the unexpected this weekend, but in a good way. But it is a time where it's a big, I mean, this weekend really could be like a portal or a window to the new changes you see happening in your life. All right. And again, with Jupiter and Uranus in your 12th house, there's a lot going on up here with the full moon in Leo in your 3rd house of communication and logic. A lot going on up here with all this activity, the stellium and Capricorn in your 8th house of transformation. Okay. A lot of changes to come. Now let's get started. Okay, Gemini, let's get started. Again, this is for Gemini and Gemini rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, if you know your birth chart, all right, if you know your birth chart, you absolutely welcome to. If you want more insight, intel, and what's happening for this week in your life, let's get started, Gemini. See what's going on for you for January 22nd to the 29th. Now, Gemini, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will, Gemini. And thank you for being here. I love y'all. Gemini, I'm in Gemini rising, right? So this spread, this reading, has an impact on me as much as it does on you. And also, Gemini, what else was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to say, like, this is a week where, a spread where it can be January 22nd to the 31st, like the end of the month, because there's really nothing happening on the 30th or the 31st, but really January 22nd to the 29th, which is like, the next Monday. But in any case, wow. Yeah, you're good. You're going to be making decisions. You're going to be definitely going within. You're going to be definitely going within. Remember, I talked about that self-sabotage energy. It is showing up, but it's showing up as in like, hit the road, Jack, get out of here. See ya. Like, I'm going to moonwalk over to where you're not. Okay. Now you got the devil. Okay. In your past. All right. So this is very interesting here. The devil, Capricorn. All right. Ruled by Capricorn. This card. What did I say? 8th house transformation. All right. Now, here's the thing. This is indicating, look at your entire spread here. Okay. Look at your entire spread. It seems like there is something that that you are going to realize this week is not good for you. It is something that you're like, this is weighing me down. This is, it could be anything. It could be, you could realize you're in a toxic environment, work environment, because remember, work and career is a big thing for you with Saturn and Pisces, okay, for the entire year. So a lot of y'all could have it on your mind. It could also be a relationship. You see the two people here from the Lover's card chained to the Devil as well. It could be a relationship that you're just like, is this draining me? Is this something that I want to do? Be sure to communicate, especially during this week with all these Mercury aspects. Be sure to communicate, okay? Especially if there are things in your mind. You want to unroot things. You want to be able to break free from these chains, right? Like I said, like breaking those away from those shackles, especially, again, in your subconscious, facing any fears that you have to, really being the final girl, okay? I've made that reference before, right? Final girl. It's like you being the final girl in a horror movie, but instead of running from the monster, you've got the axe, you're chasing the monster, you're saying, no more of this, get the heck out of here. I don't need you no more haunting me. Because, at the end of the day, in any horror movie, like any of those monsters are really just like metaphors, right? So of our fears. But listen, I do like the fact that it did come up because it's giving you, the devil came up, giving you this opportunity to face that and let those things go that could be you self-sabotaging yourself, or something that is draining your energy, or something that that it's an addiction or a vice, or even pessimistic thinking, something you've got to let go. And it seems like you will. Look at your spread. You have the King of Wands in the heart of your spread. So again, be sure to communicate. This is epitome of fire here. This is like, speaking of culmination, this is just so fitting because this is like kind of like the King of Wands is like the culmination of all that fire. Fire is attributed to the wands, right? So really fiery here. But the King of Wands is Leo. All right. We have that full moon in Leo. There's that culmination there. And so I really love this for you. When I say communicate this week, be sure to communicate the things that I want you to be heard. Okay. That's what I want you to be heard. But also, I like talking things out loud really does help. All right. Don't do it in public. Do it. You can if you want. I mean, I guess we all walk around with like ear things and we're talking on it. And anyway, but I love this for you because this is just like a lot of passion, a lot of confidence. Okay. A lot of you sitting in that throne and just like so ready, and even like can't even sit still because you have so much passion and so much energy, and there's so much energy this week. But this is a big heart of transformation. You do see the salamander here. The salamander, when you think about the medieval times when like tarot came out, the salamander was the only animal in the world where they thought was fireproof, okay? Living through this fire, right? Living through it. It's just, they also represent cycles, as does the Ouroboros, which you see in the King's Throne here, all right? So cycle, so transformation, really big thing, really big thing. You're gonna have a transformative week, but an empowering week, like filling up with all these passions, okay? Now, you have the Two of Pentacles in your challenge area, so yeah, let it go, let something go. You gotta let something go now. You really do. You really do. You know that, right? Because let me just point it out right now. You have the Two of Wands in your future, and you have the Two of Swords in the root of your spread, with the Two of Pentacles in your challenge area. Two, all about duality. So you've got to, there's something that you've got to make a decision, and you've got to decide to let it go. It can be money matters. It is the Two of Pentacles, okay? It could be something related to money, related to finances, especially because you already have all that energy there this week. But there is going to be something where you're just like, all right, if not letting something go, prioritizing something over something else, there may be like this imbalance there, and this week where you have to recognize that. What is that priority for me in terms of these two things? And it could be multiple things. It could be a lot of things that you're just like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, or this is going on in my life, this is going on in my life, this is going on in my life. What can you do to like bring it down to like a lower level? Right now, you got the Hermit in your crown. Very interesting. Remember I said this is a week, especially with the moon in Cancer, all about home, all about family, like nurturing energy. Now you got the Hermit, who is Virgo, right? Virgo just happens to rule your fourth house of home, of family. So this is very interesting. So a lot of that could be on your mind this week, but the biggest energy of all is that soul searching. It's really going within. It's really, really, even up here, right? Your pineal gland. your sixth sense, intuition, just really going deep and really having those moments to really tap into your intuition and listening to your inner voice in order to move forward, knowing what you have to let go to move forward, okay? To move forward. That light is inside you. It's really this grounding energy that I love, that I feel. But there is going to be a sense of like, yes, you're going to have those moments. And it seems like it's just going to make you all the wiser, all right? So again, going deep, really trusting your intuition to help you move forward on your journey, on your path. Like you're set up in this good way. It's just there's something you've got to let go, because you also have, like I said, the Two of Swords in the root of your spread. And so again, she's wearing a blindfold in front of the sea. The sea is all about emotions, right? So it's again something that you have to make this decision about, because swords, the mental suit, right? Get to that point where you, because you may be in your head a little bit this week, get to that point where you're comfortable enough taking that blindfold off. Now, remember what I said about intuition and doing that soul searching and going deep. You do see the sliver of the moon here, all right? So remember that moon is all about that intuition, all right? So I really want you to harness that energy, use your intuition to make, to have insights, to really help you move forward and get rid of the things that you know are not serving you well to move forward, all right? There is this sense of, it could be even like partnership energy could be a big thing for you, but I really think that there is, that could be like the source of some of y'all, because this is attributed to Libra. It is moon in Libra. So could be something partnership, relationship related, whether it's work and career, or maybe even home matters, maybe a significant other. It could be, you know, your FedEx driver. It doesn't matter. Just that one-on-one part. You do you, okay? Gemini, you do you. Now, you have the Two of Wands in your future. Very interesting, very interesting. I actually like this for you, okay? Because this card is attributed to Mars and Aries. And so it's really interesting because this isn't the most exciting looking card, yet it is one of the most powerful, understatedly powerful cards. Mars and Aries is really powerful, but this card is also very powerful. You see him standing at the highest point of the castle with the world in his hand. Okay. And so it seems like there is this sense of like planning. There's this next step, okay? Be sure to continue to move forward, because there is this possibility when I look at your entire spread, where there could be a moment of, again, with all these twos as well, there could be a moment where there is that sense of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, go all in, okay? If not, Uranus is going to do it for you. Uranus is, remember, breakthroughs and surprises, but again, in a way that it's just like nudging you toward it's like, you got to do this, or we're going to do this for you. But it's really nice. I do like this because it does look like you are in almost like this next stage. It's like, okay, where do I go from here? I know. And then you move forward. Okay. I like that. How much time I got here? Yeah. Okay, I'll do a clarifier for you. Yeah, you have the Four of Pentacles here. Very, very interesting. This card is attributed to Sun in Capricorn. Again, your 8th house, other people's money, shared resources. Could be a thing. Investments, inheritance, partner's income. But this, at the end of the day, really is just more about that order, that stability. Remember, I said that is a big thing at play this week. Stability. What do you see for yourself? You know, that stability moving forward, as well as like long-term energy. And that's exactly what the Four of Pentacles is. Four, all about order here, all right? And so it can be with finances as well. That is part of your path moving forward. Pentacles also being earthbound is just your physical reality as well. So something that you are thinking about the next phase that you may want to give longevity to, all right? So really aligning with what's happening for you astrologically too, which is really great. Now, let's get to your staff, Gemini. Gemini, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. Okay. Get excited. You're really moving toward, remember in May, which is not far away, Jupiter moves into your sign. Okay. Look forward to that. Oh, and you're going to be fine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you're going to be fine. Yeah, I'm smacking the... You know what? Let me do a mic drop for you. You're good. You're good. Okay, Gemini, look at this. You got the Queen of Wands. Okay, you got the Queen of Wands. So you got the pair here. You got the king and the queen, all right? Now, the difference between the king and the queens, the kings, their powers, their energies are more external, right? And so that's why there's that confidence energy and people looking up to you, you being this inspiration, you being that leader. Queen of Wands is more internal, but she is still very, very, like, she has that energy that kind of just radiates, right? She is the most charming queen. She's the most popular queen. She gets whatever she wants. She has like that power of attraction. Okay. And again, remember, wands are your passions, your ideas, creativity. It's also work related. It's career related, but this is you. It's at the end of the day, it's almost like this is what you want. You just want to sit in that throne. You want to sit in that throne and feel good, and you can have it. You can have it all. I mean, like, especially with the pair here, And so remember, if you are going through a lot of, like, if you are going to be in your head, if there's a lot that you have to think about, don't be afraid to confront like your shadow side, right? Especially with the devil coming up, especially with all this activity in your 12th house. There may be moments where Uranus is going to push that toward you and be like, I want you to face this. Face it. Be the final girl with the axe going after, your fears. Okay. And because you do see the black cat here as well, she's, if that black cat really does represent like the shadow side, right? She's confronted it. She's good. She's fine. That cat is chilling. And I don't know if you're into Egyptology, but look, you see the pyramids in the background. I mean, that really is, it's almost like they're resurrection machines is what I call them. But B, think about like the Egyptian times. Cats were worshipped. They were worshipped. This is a lot of power. Now, you have the Six of Pentacles. So that support that you're seeking is coming. If you're seeking it, it's there for you. Six of Pentacles, again, it's all about that balance, especially with your 3 2s here, too, all about that duality. Now, you do see the scale in his hand, so that balance is going to be really nice for you. And it seems like there is something coming through. It could be a message is what I'm getting. There's going to be something that you may hear this week. Okay. Did you like that? There may be something that you hear this week, especially with Uranus at play, Mercury being really active this week as well. But there is a sense of like, there is a support, and it can be a little like, really nice for you. It could be really nice for you. And it could be like out of the generosity of, someone that's really supportive. It could be a family member, could be a partner. It could be even like work related as well, like someone offering you that job. But there is still, a sense of like money and wealth, especially with the Pentacles. It could also be something that inspires you to give back this week as well, which I really love. Now, you have the Three of Cups. Hello. That's very nice. Very nice. I like this. There's a lot of celebration, a lot of bonding. There really is this, what I'm getting, the biggest message I'm getting is like, there's something that's really driving you, something that's really fueling you is like a sense of like, I really want to celebrate this moment. I really want to be around friends too. Especially when you think about, that could be like a big theme for you this year too, with the North Node, like your destiny, right? Moving into your 11th house of friendship and groups you belong to in your social network, but a lot of just joy around this card. And so you can have it, and you can have it all. You've got to put yourself out there, confront your shadow side, know that you're good enough, have that confidence, know that, nothing can stop you now. Feel invincible because you're good. You're fine. You got the 10 of Cups in your final outcome. This is a card of pure joy. There's so much joy in this card. Cups, remember, cups are emotions, they're intuition, cups are love and even wonderment. Yes, that is a word. But you see all the cups lined up in the rainbow. A lot of enlightenment. Rainbows indicating everything's good. Everything's going to be fine. Rainbows reflective of like a promising future. And again, you see the happy couple, you see the happy children, you see the happy family, you see it's just happy everything at this point. Happy everything. This is really, 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 really nice for you. Now, if you are here for career, There could be a big career moment for you with these wands, with this card being a Pisces card, with Saturn being in Pisces in your 10th house of career. Could be a big thing for you, all right, with wands and the pentacles. But it's really just your personal transformation, which is a big thing here. It's a big thing here. A really big thing. You're good, though. You're good. You're absolutely good. Just remember, let something go this week that you know that you have to let go, and feel confident letting that thing go. And whatever it is, you know what it is. And it may be in the back of your head. It also may be like something like, again, deeply rooted in your subconscious. But I feel like Uranus is going to really help bring that out, and you're going to identify it. And also that full moon in Leo will help bring, full moons illuminate as well as culminate. So something could be illuminated around this time. But just remember, it is a good week to be vocal and to have conversations and to communicate. So with that said, Gemini, thanks so much for tuning in. Next week, we do have the big... next week we do February. Next week we do February. And I just want you to know, February is going to be very different from January. If there's anything that you want to launch, any action that you want to take, it is a lot better to do it now in January, okay? I'm not saying anything's wrong with February. I'm just saying just do it now, okay? We'll talk about February next week. Thanks so much, Gemini. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.